Yeah, I got a major problem. I can't believe the fish aren't all dead. This pond just totally drained all the way down. Excuse my language, but holy shit, never had this happen. Yeah, look at that. I can't believe the fish aren't dead. This is crazy. Holy crap, I gotta get some water pumping back into that pond. Yeah, I don't even know how that happened. I know it came out the overflow, but I don't know how. I don't know where. I don't know what caused it. And yeah, this is not good. So we'll just play it by ear. I mean, that's all I really can do. I don't know. I really don't know what else to do. I'm just glad they're all okay. Yeah, this is going to take a while to fill up. I'm going to have to do it in segments. What is that down there? Oh, that's just a corn husk. Yeah, so I don't know what happened. I'm going to have to try to figure this out. I don't know. Wow, what a Greek tragedy. All right, well, we will recover. We'll figure it out. We'll fix it. We'll do what we got to do. Get this stuff out. Get that out of there. Wow. I have never had this happen, guys. This is all new to me. I've never had this happen. So, you know what I'll be doing? And there's the pump right there. So the only thing I can think of is it kept pumping up here and that waterfall got plugged because that one's not plugged at all. So it had to have been this one that plugged up and then it went out the overflow. That's the only thing I can think of. But I don't know what plugged it up. It doesn't make sense. Well, I guess they needed a water change. Too bad it's a cold one. I really wasn't looking to do a cold water change today. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I'm glad I mean, it's already afternoon. You can tell the sun's about to go down here shortly. So I'm glad I at least found it before nighttime. That is so weird. I've never had this happen. So I'm going to really have to try to figure this one out. Because I can't let this happen again. That won't be good. Oh. Crazy, right? Okay. Okay, guys. Yeah, the only thing I could think of is that got blocked. The outflow got blocked because it caved in. But if it got blocked, it would have overflowed right there, I would think. And which means that it would have overflowed back into the pond. And it didn't do that. There's no water, there's no ice on this side of the pond. The overflow's over there, so it had to have come out over on that end. That's crazy. Well, all I can do is just refill it. Just keep leave the water pump on all day and hope that it doesn't dry the pump out. But I need to at least get it halfway full, right? There we go. Sorry. Yeah, I've never had this happen before. This is a first. So thank goodness all the fish are okay. We'll go ahead and fill it back up and go from there. I mean, that's all I can do, right? My goodness. Yeah, I'm going to leave the pump off this winter. That keeps the heart of the pond running. And I'm just going to drop the air stones in, let the water settle where it's at, and call it good. So I'll come back when I get as much water in it as I possibly can today. Okay, this is what we got so far. So you can't see the pump anymore, so that's covered. You can't see the bottom over here anymore, so that's covered. I went ahead and shut the hose off for right now. Let the pump do its thing and let it cool off because we don't want to burn up our pump. So, and like I said, the fish are all still doing really good. And yeah, I'll let that cool off and then I'll turn it back on for a little bit and let it go some more. And eventually we'll get it topped up. It'll probably take 2-3 days to do that. I still can't figure out what went wrong. I just can't figure it out. I mean, you know, the only thing I could think of is when I look right over here, I can't see the pipe. And I think what happened, I can't get that over. I think the pipe that goes right here, let me see if I can see that. Yeah, I can't even see it. I think, yeah, that's what happened. It popped out, and so all the water drained in between the two ponds. So all the water drained in between these two ponds. So that's where all the water's at. So it obviously came apart because it's supposed to be right there where you can see it. And it got pushed back for whatever reason, don't know why. But then it started leaking in between. Yeah, that's not good. That means that all that water in that pond went in between the two ponds. So that's not good. So that's where it leaked out. Okay, we just figured it out. That's where all the water went. So it all went down into the ground. Oh, boy. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, that's kind of like a janky way of hooking that up and making sure it stays there. I should have made sure that that was fixed years ago to where it would not be able to back out of that hole that we put in there. Oh my gosh, that's so not good. Yeah, well, all right, at least I know what it is now. So I know what caused it. But I'll go ahead and I'll leave the pump off for now. And why am I seeing the pump now? Oh, because I readjusted the hose, that's why. Yeah, I pulled on the hose, and that's what moved the pump. Okay, yeah, I was going to say, don't tell me this is leaking already. No, it's not. Oh, my goodness gracious. That's what it was. Okay, well, at least I know now what it was. So, yeah, I probably will just leave the pump off this year until I can get that fixed and get it on there permanently to where it's not going to back out and leak. Yeah, I don't want it to do that. So, yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll just go ahead and make sure that I leave the pump off. I have the air hoses. It's not that big of a deal. And I'll just keep filling up the pond a little bit at a time. And that's really all I can do. But at least the fish are okay. I'm glad I checked on it. Because what little water they did have, they would not have made it through the winter. And of course, these guys are still doing fine. They were right over here just a minute ago. And the pond is sitting at 54. So that's not terrible. But yeah, they were over here saying hi to me earlier. So yeah, so that's what I'll do. I'll just make sure that I don't turn the pump on. I don't know if the pump got burnt up either. There's another thing, because it was out of water. That's why I don't have it all the way down to the bottom of the pond. Because if you put it all the way to the bottom of the pond and something like this happens, it's going to suck all your water out. And yeah, don't learn the hard way. Make sure you have it on something to where if something drastic like this does happen, there is still water left in the pond so you don't kill off all your fish. So there's a good tip coming out of this situation, is don't ever do that. And I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I did not have it all the way at the bottom of the pond. Yay. That's one good thing that came out of it. So there you go. I was going to wait until I had it all filled up to post the video, but you know what? Now that I figured out what the problem was, I will go ahead and just post it up and do a quick video so you guys can see what the problem was. So in case somebody else has got theirs way at the bottom, they can hurry up and pull it up. So if this should happen to them, then they won't lose their fish. So that's what we try doing in this community. You always want to make sure you post your mistakes, your problems. We all have problems. We all have mistakes. Nobody's perfect, and no pond is perfect. There's always going to be challenging things that happen when you're doing fish. And if you can pass on that little bit of information to somebody else, you might save somebody else some heartache. So, shout out to the person, and I don't even remember who it was now, but shout out to the person who told me don't ever put your pump on the bottom, because I remember hearing that years ago, and I always make sure it's not at the bottom. So, all right, well, with that, thank you guys so very much for watching, and everything's good here, and how we're fixing the problem is we're just not going to turn the pump back on, and I'm just going to continue to fill it up, and I'm going to give my indoor house pump, because we're on a well here, I'm going to give that a rest periodically. It'll probably take me about 4 days to fill it up, and we have beautiful weather coming up, 60s, so I'm not really too too panicked about it. I'm glad that I caught it now, and if it was going to happen, it couldn't have happened at a better time. So, all right, well, thank you guys for watching, and everybody stay sweet.